Hello everyone and welcome back to My Left Eye. There were scenes of jubilation in Gaza yesterday after Hamas agreed to the terms of the latest ceasefire deal. The exact terms of the agreement are as yet unknown, however Palestinians and others alike who were optimistic about an agreement being made were soon left disappointed as Israel rejected the terms and began their planned assault on Rafah near the border with Egypt. The rejection and the offensive come despite large protests in Tel Aviv, where Israelis called for Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to accept the deal, which included an exchange of hostages, as well as leaders of international bodies encouraging the two parties to come to an agreement. There are now more concerns for the Gazan population as border crossings remain closed and humanitarian aid is still not getting through, according to UNICEF. Let's see what's happening. This is what's happened since the deal was rejected last night. Israeli forces attacked Hamas targets in Rafah, the group's last Gaza stronghold, and told residents and refugees to leave specific areas and move to a new humanitarian camp. The IDF said it was conducting targeted strikes against Hamas in the eastern part of the city. The armed Palestinian Islamic Jihad faction, which operates alongside Hamas, fired rockets at southern Israel soon after reports of Israeli operations in Rafah. The escalation came after Hamas said it had approved a ceasefire proposal put forward by Qatari and Egyptian mediators. The details of the agreement are unclear, and Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said, quote, "It was far from meeting Israel's demands," end quote. Israel will send delegations to Cairo to negotiate further today. We'll keep you up to speed with those developments as well. The ceasefire proposal agreed by Hamas is thought to include a release of Israeli hostages and return of displaced Palestinians within Gaza. John Kirby, the White House national security spokesman, said the talks between Israel and Hamas were at a critical stage, but says he doesn't know that it gets any more sensitive than right now. Sam Rose, the director of planning at UNRWA, told the BBC in this article about the desperate humanitarian situation in Rafah, which is in southern Gaza. Israel had been directing people in eastern Rafah to expanded humanitarian areas, but Rose says there's nowhere safe for those people to go. The safe zone can't fit any more people in, he says, adding that one half of the zone is made of sand dunes that can't accommodate people for any length of time. He says the other half of the safe zone is inside Khan Yunis, which he says has experienced savage bombardment over the past few weeks. He says borders and crossing points need to reopen for commodities and food to allow humanitarian agencies to provide support. Palestinians are continuing to evacuate ahead of strikes with more than 100,000 people affected, according to the United Nations. Netanyahu seems to think that the complete destruction of Hamas is the only thing that's going to save his political career, and on top of his already established maniacal fanaticism, it makes the situation all the more worse as he continues to break international law and inflict a collective punishment on Palestinians, despite condemnation from heads of state, the United Nations, and recent rulings from the International Court of Justice. This isn't the first deal that Israel have rejected despite reasonable terms, and in the past they haven't even bothered to show up for negotiations. This recent rejection, which included a return of the hostages, has angered many citizens who are calling for him to step down, though if you ask me, he should take a direct shortcut to The Hague to answer for his crimes. But let us know what you think in the comments. This is an ongoing situation and I'll be keeping you up to speed with the latest as always on My Left Eye. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video then please subscribe, hit the thumbs up button and notification bell to keep up to date with the latest content. You can also help to support the channel by joining with a membership for just 99p. You'll get exclusive members only videos, early viewings and a whole bunch more, so check them out by hitting the join button below. If you're feeling generous then you can also contribute to the Buy Me a Coffee page where you can show solidarity for just the price of a tasty hot beverage. That's all from me for now, but until next time, take care and My Left Eye be seeing you soon.